Okay, well, we came in this morning. We managed to get in despite a few little bumps in the road, but nothing too serious. There's 5 members in our delegation. We have Brian Concannon with us, who's representing IRA's office. Brian Concannon is, as you know, the the lead lawyer on the Human Rights Office down there. And we have Sarah Flounders and Johnny Stevens, myself, and Catherine Keene.
Yes, Ramsey Clark helped to arrange this delegation, and Kim Ives, myself, and Johnny Stevens are here also as his representatives.
Seem to be out. So we went to the gate, and we were met there by a palace official and armed guards, and they told us that we could not go in to see him.
We came regardless because President Aristide does have a right, of course, to be in contact with the world. He is still the president of Haiti. When we arrived at the Palace of the Renaissance, which is a walled compound, very high walls with a high metal wrought iron gate with armed guards at the front, the guards went and got a spokesperson who said he was from the Ministry of Defense, and he told us that we could not visit the Aristides. We asked for a message to be taken into them, even a note. That was not allowed. If our phone number could be given to them, that was not allowed. We asked if they could come out to visit us, and also that was not allowed. In other words, all contact with President Aristide was denied.
At first they said he had to check with the Minister of Defense.
The restrictions on the press are extremely, extremely repressive. But in this, we do not blame the Central African Republic. It is the United States and France that have placed Aristide here in an effort to isolate them. And the Central African Republic today is poor and isolated because of past French colonial and to this day French and U.S. policies, in the very same way that Haiti is owed reparations, so also is the Central African Republic. So this is a development at this point. We plan to go back there tomorrow and to insist on our right to be able to have a meeting with President Aristide to learn of his conditions, the situation that he's in. The support from the entire world, the exposing of what the United States has done, is really of historic importance.
I hope so too. I think they're trying to put that out, but yes, he's definitely under lock and key.
The CAR can't make an independent decision because they're not in charge of the situation. And I think when we came up, we arrived, it was something that they needed to ask directions for. And I believe that the directions are that I'm allowed to see them, and so that those will continue to be respected.
Nous avons signé à la suite de M. Jean-Bertrand Aristide. Il a été rencontré au moment opportun de le site. Voilà venu ce moment auquel certains d'entre vous ne croyaient pas hier. Je vais donc inviter M. Jean-Bertrand Aristide à vous interpréter personnellement le message qu'il vous a porté hier. Après quoi, 2 ou 3 questions pourraient lui être posées et nous allons nous séparer.
Merci, Monsieur le Ministre, pour cette propos de bienvenue. Mbibara Alakoe, Johnny Gango na Ala. Singila mingi mingi na Bia Botize, na gouvernement ti lo na itakwe ti Santa Fe.
So that what you just said is not lost in any kind of translation, could you summarize part of that or whatever you want in that in English, please? Just so that it's not lost in the translation.
The key word is peace. Before I was elected by the Haitian people on November 26, 2000, I said we need peace. After the elections, I kept saying the same, peace. Now that I am far from my people, I continue to call for peace because this is the only way we can keep order, which has to be constitutional order. This is the only way we can continue to invest in education, in healthcare. Unfortunately, what happened on that night, February 28, February 29, was a kidnapping, which some call a coup d'etat, but in fact, it's a modern way to have a kidnapping, and it is the opposite of peace. Now, I believe our friends in CARICOM, all the heads of the Caribbean countries, calling for peace and constitutional order, our friends in the United States, members of the US Congress, calling for peace, our friends here and elsewhere, calling for peace. Of course, they echo the voice of 8 million Haitians living in Haiti and 2.5 million Haitians living in the diaspora. We are the first black independent country in the world, celebrating 200 years of independence and willing to continue to resist in a peaceful way. We always said no to violence. Today again we say no to violence. That's why we embrace our people suffering from those who pretended by that kidnapping impose order while they cannot kill or let thugs killing people and pretending working for peace. I also said what I consider very important. In a meeting we had with the international community in my office in Port-au-Prince, the international members and diplomats in Haiti, officials from the US government like Mr. Noriega, they called the thugs killers. Now that they are supporting those killers, because this morning I saw Guy Philippe, who was arrested in Panama for drugs, sent back to Santo Domingo, and then in Haiti with weapons, heavy machine guns. We should know where they come from. Today I saw him with tanks behind him and thugs, and I cannot understand why the international community didn't arrest him, because he is well known as drug dealers. The same way for Chamberlain. He is a convicted guy. Why they refuse to arrest him when they know all what I'm saying? So I believe maybe today they will do that. Because if we want peace, we should not want peace without justice. Justice and peace are linked. As I said, the key word is peace, and I cannot forget all the women today celebrating their day and working for peace. I wish the women of the world and the people of my country will be working together. I end with the special words I started with, paying gratitude to President Bozizé, his government, the people of this beautiful country, who did their best to offer us the best. We are in family, the way they welcome us, gracious, warm. And I ask the government once again to welcome our thanks on behalf of the Haitian people. And I would like to ask the First Lady to complete my answer because she speaks English, I try to speak English, and she is a woman. Today is not my day, it's her day. So please.
Can we move the mics? Can we move the mics?
Thank you. And I joined President Aristide in expressing all of my deep respects to the government of President Zizi and also to the women of Central Africa and wish them well today in this special day, which is consecrated to women. And the theme I know for this year is Women and AIDS, which is an issue that we in Haiti know deeply. And it is one of our concerns as we watch events in Haiti. It's not being shown on the television, but we are certainly thinking about the many, many thousands of patients, AIDS patients, whose treatment has been interrupted because of this absence of peace that now reigns in Haiti, whose children cannot find the limited but limited treatment that we were able to achieve and find for those who are afflicted by AIDS. And so we are thinking particularly about those women, pregnant women, and the children who are HIV positive and who have had their treatment interrupted by the absence of peace in Haiti. And so I join with the President in calling for and thanking the world community, really the international community, for their call for peace in Haiti and for the continued support for the constitutional order in Haiti. Thank you.
How are they treating you here, Mr. Aristide? How are you being treated?
Un instant. Je vais donner la parole au ministre des Affaires étrangères avant toute question. Oui, je souhaiterais autant que faire ce peu que l'interview se déroule plutôt en français pour.
And I think that the press conference was a classic example of that. They did allow him to speak fairly freely, but when he went over the line and started speaking English, they cut it off and said, okay, you can only speak in French. And then he mentioned twice, you can't talk about, no questions about internal Haitian affairs. If a new situation arrives, I think they'll have to call Washington or Paris to get further instructions.